we are going to go hands-on with Apple's Space Black Milanese Loop for Apple Watch. Greetings everyone, it is Andrew here from iDownloadBlog. What I have here is Apple's new Space Black version of their Milanese Loop. So at their March 21st event, they came out with a couple new watch bands. They came out with the entirely new nylon band, and then they came out with the Space Black version of their very popular Milanese Loop. So they've had the silver model for a while now, and as rumor has it, they had this at the launch, but they had some problems with that black coating, which kind of delayed a little bit, which is why it came out here at the event with all of their other Apple Watch peripherals that they released. One thing I noted right off the bat is it doesn't come in a fancy box anymore. Previously on like the leather loop and the Milanese loop, they did come in a nicer box. Now it's just a kind of piece of folded cardboard, which is not a problem. You don't really need the box when you have it on there, but it was a nice touch they included, more like a piece of jewelry. There are basic instructions underneath the lid of this, so you can kind of see actually how to put it on, but that's what this video is for, right? So if you have not seen Apple's Milanese loop before, this is what it looks like. This is the black version, obviously, but it is one long piece. It is a very mesh-like material, kind of like a chain mail. And there are other watchmakers that have had this. Is not Apple's like invention of making these loop and metal mesh. Skagen actually is very popular with these, but many other watchmakers have them. Apple just does a good job making their own version of them. The biggest pro to these that you can have is that they are infinitely adjustable. So when you have this on, if it's too tight, you can move it the smallest amount because it just attaches with that magnet. So you don't ever have to worry about you not fitting like a certain notch that they have on the band itself. There are no sizes to worry about. There's simply one size and you adjust it whether you have a large wrist or a small wrist. While I did notice that right out of the box, it did show fingerprints super easily. You can see where my oils have all greased up underneath the underside of the clasp itself, but that's not really a problem. You don't notice after a while, not because it's not there, because everything kind of blends in more. I hope that makes sense, but when it's brand new, there's zero oil on it. Once you start using it, it starts to blend in and everything kind of looks the same. It doesn't show up any longer once you already have it. The one side of the actual band, the one lug, is on there and it's stuck in the middle. It does not come off the end, which some people don't like. So when this is actually on your Apple Watch, you kind of have to slip your hand through the loop and then tighten around it. Some people actually prefer to have it completely come off and not have to try to slip their hand through, but that is how this works. The leather loop, on the other hand, does completely come off. The lugs on this are metal. This is a more premium band compared to like Apple's newer nylon band where the lugs are plastic. So these are stainless steel on the ends. There's also a lot of weight to this watch, which I really like. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light either. It definitely feels more premium, and especially compared to the third-party ones out there, while those other ones do look pretty similar, they don't feel anything like it when you're actually using them. This feels a lot more polished and a lot better quality than some of the other ones that I have tried. They kind of move around a little bit more, feel like they have lower tolerances, but either way, there's a huge difference in price. So if you like the style of this, you can definitely get a third-party one. The lugs simply slide in. This is super easy to replace these watch bands on a frequent basis because Apple made Apple Watch bands replaceable. So you can just buy a bunch of them from Apple or more likely Amazon and eBay. Now, there isn't a lot new to this. This is literally the same model that they had announced when they actually came out with the Apple Watch, but in Space Black. Now, I do have the standard Apple Watch here. So that's the stainless steel version, the silver version. So the lugs don't exactly match my casing. If you do want it to match your casing, you're gonna need a Space Black Apple Watch or go with the silver Milanese loop to match your silver Apple Watch. That said, I don't even really notice the fact that the lugs don't match. The front of the Apple Watch is all black, so it kind of all blends together and it's not really a big deal for me. If you compare this to a few other bands in Apple's Apple Watch lineup of straps, it looks pretty similar. It's same size, so they're keeping a consistent width across the board, whether you're looking at the Sport Band or the Milanese Loop, they're all pretty much the same. You can pick one of these up from Apple. They are unfortunately quite expensive at $199, which unfortunately carries that $50 premium over the silver model. Let us know what you think in the comments below other than price, and please subscribe if you found this video useful. And until next time, this is Andrew for iDownloadBlog.